Yeah. For those of you that wanna know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving them starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach. And now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be with, and rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth, or does it stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best, dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
I'm Mark Wise, and I'm here to tell you about my personal experience playing sports and injuries. You know, I was growing up, I played multiple sports. You know, I ran track, I even swam. I was on the bowling team before. I played baseball, football, soccer, basketball, and I wrestled. You know, but growing up, no kid ever really wanted to stretch or doing anything. And stretching is really important because it prevents injuries. And you know, I wish I would have stretched more when I was younger. I mean, some injuries I couldn't prevent. Like, when I was wrestling, I always had injuries for some reason. Like, I pulled muscles in my back, probably from lack of stretch. Pulled muscles in my groin, same thing, lack of stretching. But like injuries that I couldn't prevent, like I fractured my ribs, so that caused a lot of time miss from sports, and I couldn't, like, it prevented me from going to states. Because I was out for the rest of the season. I broke my elbow. That prevented me from continuing my season and going to states again. And, you know, I just want to, like, tell everybody about my experience, because, like, when I broke my elbow, that was, like, the worst of it all, because I had to get surgery. First surgery was, like, they rushed me to the hospital to put it back in place, but it was, like, they described it as something from Paranormal Activity, and I didn't get to see it at all because they pushed my head away because they didn't want me going shock, so I didn't really see it. But I know they said, like, all my nerves and everything was disconnected, and, like, the ball in my elbow was in my forearm, and I was just, yeah, I didn't want to see it. But, like, I had to get surgery afterwards. After they put it back in place, I had to get surgery. They put a screw in my arm, and I have, like, a scar now. It shows, like, when I had the surgery. So, I mean, this was when I was in high school, so I was going to wrestle in college, but, you know, the injury prevented me from doing this. I mean, I still wrestle to an extent, but, you know, injuries prevent this. But I had to go through physical therapy for a whole summer, including some of the next school year, in order to even go back to wrestling, because they finally told me I could wrestle again after the surgery, after I did physical therapy. But even then, like, I still had problems with it, and everything became complicated. Like, I don't have full flexion back in my arm, And you know, injuries are something you shouldn't take lightly. They're real serious, and they cause time missed from sports because who knows, maybe if I didn't break my elbow, I would have maybe placed at States and be wrestling in some college instead of being right here, right now. So thank you.